Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your March 2017 general readings. Thank you so much for joining us here today and welcome to any newcomers. Thank you for those of you who are continuing to follow and watch my YouTube channel, and also thank you for those of you who take the time to write your feedback and comments and send your support. Always welcome and very much appreciated. Uh, a special thank you as well to those of you who keep me so busy with personal one-on-one readings. It's a pleasure and an honor always to read for you. And lastly, a note of gratitude to my regular clients for continuing to send me the feedback on how those readings continue to play out in your lives. And if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me and you haven't read with me before, you can click on the little About button on my YouTube channel's homepage, which will give you a little more information and my email address. You can email me directly at Maggie, the number one, McGuire at gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. I offer a variety of types of readings, live and recorded, from 15 minutes up to an hour and a half. Love compatibility, career and finance, yearly overviews, lots of different ones. So send me an email and we will go from there if you are interested. So moving right along, remember these are general readings, and if this is your primary sun sign, make sure to watch your rising and your moon sign videos as well if you know them. And if you can, they may play out a little more predictably for you this month than your primary sun sign. But by watching all three, you just get additional bits of insight and clarity to what's going on in your life. So try to watch all three if you can. Oh, and turnaround time for personal readings. I'm always asked this question. I do readings full time, 6 days a week, so I'm able to get back with you pretty quickly. And I can usually schedule a reading anywhere within a couple of days, upwards of 2 weeks, but almost always within a 2 week period of time. Okay, let's get started. This reading is for Gemini, the air sign of Gemini, for March 2017. Gemini the twins, the two faces of Gemini. What does March 2017 have in store for the twins? Gemini. Gemini, March 2017. Gemini. March 2017 for Gemini. Okay, Gemini, let's begin. We start with the Two of Cups, followed by the Six of Wands. I'm almost tempted to stop right there. Gemini, what a beautiful combination. Soulmate, kindred spirit, and victory and triumph. Great way to start. Next to that, we have the Devil in reverse, followed by the Knight of Swords, the Star, followed by the Four of Wands. Beautiful energy. And the Sun, followed by the Ace of Swords. And from the bottom of the deck, your overall energy is the Queen of Cups. For those of you interested, I'm also using the deck I use most often, which is the Gilded Tarot by artist Cyril Marchetti, drawing 8 cards for the month, 2 cards for each week, time being somewhat fluid, as I always say, with an additional 9th card from the bottom of the deck representing overall energy, your crowning card. This is this reading makes me wish I had more Gemini in my chart. It's an absolutely gorgeous reading, Gemini. So I feel primarily it's relationship reading. Now, the nature of that relationship, of course, is going to vary. There's thousands of you watching, and it's a general reading, so it's not going to mean the same thing for everyone to the same level and degree. That's always why we make sure to tell you to watch your rising and your moon sign videos. So this could be a love romance-based relationship, a best friend, but it's definitely a very deeply connective, deeply emotional relationship. You can always apply the same energy to career work and finances, spirituality, but I feel for the majority of you, this is emotional connection between you and another person. Someone you feel is kind of your mate, the match to your other sock. So we begin the month of March 2017, Gemini, although I'm recording these at the end of February, with the energy of the Two of Cups, followed by the Six of Wands. This is a beautiful combination of energy. water energy here, which is the element that governs cups. The energy of cups is all about our emotional landscape, emotions, feelings, relationships, and love, how we relate to people. The Two of Cups is traditionally considered the soulmate, kindred spirit, twin flame card. This is a person with whom you match and you fit with on a variety of different levels, more than just physical and chemical attraction. It's kind of like seeing life through in a similar perspective, sharing a lot of the same views, ideas, etc. Just somebody that you, I mean, after you meet them, after a short while of meeting them, you feel like you've known them for a long time. Very much a karmic thread, karmic connection. Uh, in job and career, this would be like the perfect job for you, the perfect match for you, not only in your salary, but it would represent you like your environment, you love the work, the people you work with, etc. It's fundamentally represents a beautiful union between two things, two people. It could even represent the union of two businesses that benefit everybody involved. Again, it's going to mean different things to different people, although the energy I'm getting pretty loud and clear is relationship. A deeply connective relationship. Uh, Now, the Two of Cups is paired with the Six of Wands, which represents victory and triumph. Fire is the element that governs the suit of Wands, so it's a very dynamic suit, action oriented, forward moving. It's got a lot of creative manifesting, building power. It often comes up in reference to career or artistic or creative endeavors because it's about manifesting things. Change, movement, action, power. The Six of Wands is a card of victory, triumph, and success, which is what this man is experiencing as he rides back into town. And I say back because otherwise, what is he? Who is he? Why are they applauding, cheering him? He went off to do something, accomplish a mission, a quest, wrestle with a dragon, rescue a princess, buy his first home, whatever it means for you. And he's been successful. He's riding back triumphantly. The crowds are cheering and praising and giving him cheers and accolades. It's a card of feeling a sense of victory, being on top of the world, and it can also represent public recognition as well for your efforts, for something that you've accomplished, success. Some of you may be celebrating an anniversary. We also have the Four of Wands, which is the happy surprise card, but also points to a celebratory event. Some of you may be with the soulmate card. Some of you may be, having an anniversary this month. You may be going on a honeymoon this month. Definitely, there is some wedding energy and marriage proposal energy, honeymoon energy, anniversary celebrating your marriage and your wedding together as well. But we end February and go into March with this lovely victory, triumphant feeling, recognizing, I think other people are seeing it as well. You and your partner, whether that's your soulmate in love and romance or a best friend, a really closely connected partner. It's a beautiful, triumphant, victorious, successful energy. And again, I feel like other people are kind of seeing this and sharing in it as well. Now, next to that, we have the Devil in reverse, followed by the Knight of Swords. Some of you, particularly looking at this Devil in reverse and the Knight of Swords, some of you may be in a relationship where you have had some difficulties lately. There was some communication that went astray, and there's now been a healing or a coming back together, balance and reconciliation of that. Or for some of you, it could be a successful reconciliation of a relationship that had been broken up or had some kind of estrangement or separation, and you're coming back together again, and same celebratory energy. Because the devil in the upright positions represents imbalance, the scales being out of whack. And it's major arcana cards, so significant, profound imbalance. It can represent addictions, unhealthy relationships, too much attention and focus in one area to the detriment of others, just unevenness, a lack of harmony, things being broken. In the reverse position, it represents an evening out of that, a vindication of energy, of bringing back together and healing that which was broken or separated or estranged. It can represent health, healing as well. Healing a rift, I think, for some of you. Some of you are reconciling. There is a relationship between you and someone you're very closely connected to, soulmate, twin flame, etc. And there's a healing of that. I feel like for some of you, it's that healing or that balancing out of energy. For some of you is specifically oriented around communication that went astray is what I'm getting in the message in the back of my head. Communication, an argument, a fight that went astray, misunderstanding, some kind of major misunderstandings. I think that this feels very specific to somebody or a group of somebody's who's listening out there. I feel like in your relationship, there may have been a big argument, and because of this argument and misunderstandings, there was people went storming off to their own corners. Perhaps there was a breakup or a temporary separation of some kind, but it feels like that's been worked through and come together again for those of you for whom that resonates. The devil in reverse is paired with the Knight of Swords. Swords is air energy. This is the element that governs the suit of swords. And swords is not an emotionally based suit. It's more cerebral, mental, intellectual energy because it's governed by air, and it's all about our words and our ideas and how we communicate them. It's about how we look at things, what goes on up in our heads, our outlooks and belief systems and perspectives and perceptions, and how we communicate those. Knights are the bringers of the tarot, the defenders. They can also represent the speed at which a situation moves, typically a very fast moving speed. The Knight of Swords can represent a small window of opportunity that you need to take as well. Some of you, it could be that there's been a broken relationship, and there is somewhere in the first half of March, there's some kind of opening or chance, a small window of opportunity that you need to take to heal this. There's an opportunity to fix something or to heal something. And again, I feel like it's communication that went astray. There was some kind of major misunderstanding because the Knight of Swords is someone who delivers. This represents the delivery of a message or information or news. Sometimes the intention is pure with the Knight of Swords, but because there's not a lot of emotion attached to the energy of this suit, it can sometimes come across as cold or aloof or emotionally distant, not necessarily meant to be that way, but it's just very blunt and to the point and practical. But it can also represent a small window of opportunity that you need to act on for those of you for whom this is significant in order to heal this rift or separation. But it looks like it is, and it does occur, and it does occur successfully. I mean, the energy of this whole reading is just absolutely beautiful. So next we transition into the energy of the star accompanied by the Four of Wands. The star, another major arcana card. This is a card of hope, faith, restoration, healing. You're on a path, and it's the right path. It's divine timing and orchestration. Even if you can't see very far down the path, it's trusting that you're on the right path, that the opportunities presented to you are there for a reason. You trust in your connection to God's spirit, your angels, guides, the universe to lead you in the right direction. You can see this woman is emptying her pitchers out into this reservoir of water that she's kneeling in, and she's doing it with perfect faith and confidence, emptying her reserves of water out because she trusts that when the time comes, her pitchers will be refilled because she trusts the source. She knows the source is limitless. It's a card of happiness and wish fulfillment, of trusting that the best is yet to be and that everything that is coming is for your ultimate joy and fulfillment. And it's paired with the Four of Wands, also a beautiful energy. This is a happy celebratory card. It often points to an actual celebratory event, a party, an event of some kind. Again, this is anniversary party energy. Perhaps you guys are, I think some people are going away for to celebrate an anniversary or a honeymoon. Some of you are getting engaged or getting married this month. Uh, the Four of Wands is also has an anticipatory feeling to it. It's also represents a surprise is coming your way, a happy, blessed surprise coming your way, and it could be in connection to an event or a get together of some kind, which viewed from the surface appears fairly ordinary, an ordinary get together or party. But something happens or something in connection with that that elevates it. Like you go to a get together or party, you meet the love of your life, the best business contact of your career, uh, not necessarily in conjunction with a party, although it often represents a celebratory event. But it does represent that there is some unexpected occurrence coming, something coming your way, happy, unexpected, even though you now know it's coming, it's still going to be unexpected and enough of a surprise to kind of, I think, blow you away. Such a happy. It's also a card that represents. For those of you who may have been going through some challenges in a relationship, the Four of Wands does also represent that things are going to work out better than you anticipate or better than you're currently thinking. That must be specific. That's a specific message for somebody who needs to hear it. Have hope, have faith. Things are going to work out. Things are going to work out fine. They're actually going to work out better than you think. Definitely a happy surprise coming for you guys. Gemini, you have to write and let me know what this is when it comes. For the rest of you, this covers kind of everybody, but for some people, this is associated with an actual event or party as well. Don't turn down any offers or invitations for parties this month, particularly those of you who are unattached, because you may be meeting somebody very special there, and it could ultimately be your soulmate or twin flame. Some of you may be getting the question popped to you at a get together or an event, or some of you may be the ones popping the question at an event or a get together. Now, at or towards the end of March 2017, we wrap up this beautiful energy with some more beautiful energy with the energy of the sun, like the best card in the tarot, major arcana card, paired with the Ace of Swords. This is breakthrough energy here. So, specifically for people who are in a relationship or have been in a separation, or there's been a rift or something negative, challenging, difficult, painful in a relationship, huge reconciliation energy, definitely coming back together again, huge breakthroughs. I think some of you are going to be learning about more about yourself and your partner, and learning more about your communication, um, how the way that we communicate can really affect our relationships, and learning how to build and improve on that. I think there's some major breakthroughs at the end of the month, because that's part of what the Sun and the Ace of Swords represents. The sun represents happiness, uplifting of energy, light, love, warmth, laughter. There's a strong theme of fun here. It represents an uplifting of perhaps previously restrictive energy, finances loosening up, kind of a darkness into light, winter into spring, sickness into health energy. Um, this reading is actually feeling kind of similar to Cancer's reading this month, which was also quite phenomenal. It represents things being illuminated, being brought to light, because that's what the sun does. It encourages growth, it nurtures, it exposes and illuminates as well in a beautiful, warm sort of way. Well, what is being exposed? What's coming to light? It's a breakthrough of, again, how you communicate, the way that you look at something. I feel like a lot of you are going to be ending March, going into April with a new perspective. And I feel like that perspective, again, is kind of based on how you communicate, particularly in your intimate relationships, and how they can have such a dramatic impact on our relationships, because that sun is paired with the Ace of Swords. So remember, swords is about communication, words, ideas. It's all about truth and clarity as well. Aces represent the start of something, the beginning of a new path. Seeds, which if planted and nurtured, will grow into something quite phenomenal, their full potential. So the beginning of something. This is the Ace of Swords. So this is your aha moment, your epiphany, the light bulb going off over your head. The Ace of Swords come in and it illuminates something for what it really is, and it can represent a fresh new perspective, a new way of looking at something. And with the Sun card, it's just like breakthrough energy. It's like you're seeing something in a different way. All of a sudden, the situation is revealed. Sometimes when this happens, it can be difficult to take, but this is just beautiful, blessed energy, breakthrough energy. I get it kind of energy. It's definitely a month of feelings and emotions, and I'm getting in touch with your feelings and emotions and communicating those, learning how to communicate them better, but paying attention to them. The key with communication is to walk a balanced line in between being too rigid with just pure thought, an idea, and being too emotionally driven and imbalanced if we rely purely on emotions and feelings, which are very mercurial. And this message is underscored, Gemini, in your crowning card, which is the Queen of Cups, which is, for some of you, can just represent your being in your own energy, because it's, or I mean, another water sign person who's the other significant person in the energy of this reading, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, because Cups is driven by water, the element of water. So the Queen of Cups can represent a specific water sign person in your life who's playing a significant role role in this with you. It could be your partner, this other person, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, somebody who's very in tune and in touch with their emotions, but stable and balanced in their emotions as well, because Queens and Kings represent mature, reflective individuals who have evolved beyond the young, spontaneous, immature energy of the page and the knight. The Queen of Cups, just as energy, just as the energy, the energy message of this month, it's about being in touch with your feelings, your emotion, and your intuition, because the Queen of Cups, very much like the High Priestess, is very, very spiritual and very intuitive and trusts in her intuition. She trusts in that connection to the divine, that when those feelings, those urges, those messages she gets coming in or he gets coming in, she follows them because she trusts that they're there for a reason. It's divine timing, orchestration, and inspiration. The Queen of Cups can represent that you need to take a time out during this month to make sure to touch base with your feelings and emotions, and make sure before you make a decision or set anything in motion that you see how you feel about it first, and kind of balance that with the rigid logic of just thought and idea, kind of have that balance. You know, the Queen of Cups represents, we live in a very, in the world of cold, hard reality and logic. It can sometimes be difficult to express our feelings and intuitions because they're not logic based, and it can be difficult to kind of verbally translate those and get those out, because this is all about improving and healing communication within our intimate partnerships as well. And the Queen of Cups asks you to take a step back and see how you're feeling about this situation, whatever it is for most of you. I think it's relationship based for most of you. So it's about taking the time to do that and kind of walking that balanced line. Beautiful, beautiful reading, Gemini. I've so enjoyed bringing it to you. So that pretty much sums up your March 2017 reading so far. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the March 2017 mid-month readings. Um, Again, if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading, just click on that little About button on my YouTube channel's homepage, and feel free to email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. And I will see you all again soon. And until then, as always, Gemini, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. It certainly looks like the path is laid out well for you. And I hope to see you all soon in a couple of weeks for the mid-month readings. Take care. Bye-bye.